of children in immigrant families has largely been overlooked through about a century of research on immigrant families. The overwhelming presumption seems to have been that parents' behaviors affect their children's integration, and so the second generation becomes the dependent variable in the equation. Children tend to learn English more quickly than their parents because they spend 5 days a week in an English-speaking institution through their educations. They tend to pick up on certain elements of cultural familiarity and popular culture through their peers and through connections with schools more easily than parents who might be working in immigrant-only economic niches, and tend to have greater facility and interest in new technology than their parents do. And for all of these reasons, children pick up a set of skills that become crucial, especially today, to their family's integration into American life. In Kids in the Middle, I investigate the ways in which children broker language, culture, and technologies at home, in schools, social services, and healthcare facilities, on everyday rounds of the community with their families. Children identify very strongly with the roles that they play as helpers for their families. They take a lot of pride in being able to help families solve difficult problems, address challenges, particularly related to healthcare because it's a very fraught area for families, and also in helping parents navigate the education issues of their younger siblings, because as the only person in the family to have gone through the American education system, the eldest child in the family becomes the resident expert on the system. All of those points of pride have a strong reward factor embedded in them for children. While parents are often excellent at helping their children, and their child broker in particular, to navigate threats in their environments, they're not as good at helping their children to identify opportunities. And children may not know what opportunities are available unless there's a particular teacher or other kinds of adult in their environment who takes a particular interest in them and alerts them to all of those things. And so because families, parents and children, don't necessarily know what to ask for, don't necessarily know what's available to their children to help them succeed, often the child broker ends up succeeding in school, if they do, in spite of their responsibilities to their families rather than because of them. In Kids in the Middle, I'm looking at a particular community in South Los Angeles, which in many ways resembles communities like those around the country, in that this is an urban community that historically had been African American predominantly, and in over a 15-year period or so had become about 50% Latino and 50% African American. Immigrant integration is very much a localized phenomenon. My hope is that this 4-year in-depth study of these children, their parents, their family lives, and of the English-speaking service providers in their schools, healthcare facilities, and social services will be of use and value to communities well beyond the one that I studied in South LA.